back to the channel. So today I am making my sauce that I usually, my marinated seasoning that I usually put on my chicken, whether it's your chicken, steak, pork, fish, shrimp, anything you can pretty much go on. So the ingredients that I'll be using is Scotch bonnet pepper, you have garlic, you have onion, you have ginger, and you have pepper. I didn't have my Maggi seasoning, so I'm out of Maggi seasoning right now. I also have browning, I have my pimento scallion, and I have my thyme, and I also have my vinegar. So, and also I use water. So these are the ingredients that I will be using to get this seasoning done. So let's get into this video. So I just got my cutting board here, and all you gotta do, and you also need a blender for this, for those that don't know, and you just cut up. So find an easy way to try and get these peeled is just by doing that, and you will get them cut very easily. So, and this is based on how much onions you want in it. I have 3 cloves of garlic, but you can put as much as you want. It's up to you. You can tweak it. So this is just for the people, everyone that's been asking what I use to make my sauce, to make my marinated sauce. So this is just what I use to make my marinated sauce. And I hope you guys actually enjoyed this video. So, and then you just cut up. I just cut these up. So I'm cutting up, and you want to make sure all your stuff that you're putting in, they're freshly washed and ready to go. And anything else that you want to add into it, you can also add to it. So if you don't have like garlic or whatever, you can use probably garlic powder. You add how much cloves you want, and like for spiciness, you had the amount of pepper you also want for the spiciness. So they said to each is your own. So this is how I make it. For anybody that watches this and do make theirs a different way, definitely leave a comment below, and yeah, I would love to hear what else you guys add to yours and make yours. So I'm just going to try and get the rest of these cut up quickly. Okay, so the peppers are washed. I still have a few more pepper and ginger. Probably don't need a lot of ginger. And even though you're going to put things in the blender, it's always good to, you know, chop up the stuff that you're using. I think I'm going to put a little bit more ginger. You always know what they say. They say ginger is really good to cook with ginger and garlic. Especially for anybody that has like high blood pressure or struggle with diabetes and stuff like that, or any type of illness. Like, it's always good, and it just gives the pot way more flavoring. Way more flavoring. Okay, I have everything spread out, and it's always good to use fresh thyme, fresh parsley, or basil. You could also add those to it as well. Let me see. Let me go use one more onion. I think I'm gonna put one more onion in this batch. So I'm gonna do two batches, and this generally would serve me for maybe 2 weeks, based on how much you make. It'll serve you for a while. 2 weeks or even longer when I make it. And then it just helps the process when you're cooking meat faster as well, because your meat's already seasoned. You don't have to put any more onion, scallion, thyme, or anything like that. You just got to use like your potato, your bell peppers, and your, but you can drop like, you can also drop some pepper in your pot, like when you're using your oil, like if you're cooking chicken and you want more flavor too, you know, you put in your garlic, drop a garlic clove in the pot, drop a little bit of thyme, same way in the pot, and that will just help. And then your scallion, you drop that in the pot and it flavors the pot like the oil while it fries before you put in your meat. So you can do that as well with the seasoning, and that's pretty much it. And you just cut up like your tomato, if you use tomato, whatever you're making, and it's less stuff that you gotta cut up. So once you have the seasoning, it will be fine. Once you have the seasoning done and you season your meat, the only thing you would really need to do is like to cut up some potato, and you would cut up like your bell peppers and like carrot and whatever else you decide to use as garnish in your pot. And that's pretty much it, because all of this is all cut up, so you don't even need to put onion in your pot. You don't need all of that because it's already in the marinated sauce, and it makes things easier. And you could also season your meat and freeze it too. That's another thing that you can do, especially for people that are on the go and they're working and they don't really have time. You can season your meat with this marinated sauce. So season your meat ahead of time and put your meat in the, bag it up and freeze it, and that also helps, and it soaks longer as well when you do that. These are just some of my tips and tricks of what I do. And yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys do anything different. So convenient. And I love the way like the meat just tastes. And if you have young kids that cook, it's also good because the seasoning's already there, and all they have to do is just throw the seasoning onto the meat and mix it up. I put the extra seasoning on the meat. I use the seasoning in my marinated sauce. Like I put the seasoning that I want. And if you're missing seasoning, then you can always add your extra powdered seasoning afterwards if you don't have all the seasoning when you are currently making the marinated sauce. But I put it in. Some people put their seasoning in, some don't. So like now, like I'm making the sauce, I don't have Maggi seasoning. So when I do season my meat with the marinated sauce and I buy Maggi sauce, I will just add the Maggi seasoning on top of like this to give it that much extra flavor. Yes, and I love cooking with my Maggi. I just actually ran out yesterday. I used the last bit of it, so I definitely gotta go out and go get me some Maggi seasoning. Browning, you don't have to put the browning in your sauce, but I don't put a lot. I put the browning sometimes in it and sometimes I don't. So I will blend it and show you guys what it looks like without the browning, and then I will blend it, add the browning, and show you guys what it looks like with it. Okay, so let me just wash my hands and then I'm gonna put everything in the blender. All right, so I got my blender here. I got some water and vinegar in here already. I am going to put everything that I cut up into the blender. So when you start, you put a bit of everything, mix up everything. Okay. And then I'm gonna add my peppers. And this is also what gives it that nice kick that you're looking for. As you see, I need a little bit more stuff. So you could do what you need, fit where you need to fit. And as you blend, you can and get about like a handful of pimento, or you can do more. It's up to you. Put it in, and I'm going to cover this and see if I could blend it down a bit and then put my seasoning. Okay. So this, as I say, you would gauge how much seasoning you want to put in there. To each is your own. You can put like 2 big teaspoons if you want, if you choose to, or not. But this is just how I do mine. Okay. And let me see if I could add some more stuff to the top. And as it's blending, I'm going to finish adding more. Don't overstuff your blender too much like mine, and then it won't work. So I'm just gonna cover this and I'm gonna blend away. And you could check, you see how thick it is. So you see it wants to, I want it blended a little bit more because you can still see the pimento seeds a bit. So I'm going to blend it a little bit more. Okay, so as you guys can see, the sauce is here. So I'm gonna blend it up a little bit more. So as you see, it is finished. And there, see, you got a nice blend out. Okay, I'm gonna taste a little bit of it. Woo! Yeah, now that bad boy is ready. Just going to use this here and just put that on, and I'm just going to throw it in. So you see the thickness of it. Okay. Oh. And as you see, it's very thick. So you could have added more water, but I like mine thick like that. And I'm just going to fill this up and then come back. As you see, so I've gotten 1.5 out of the first batch I did. So this is what it looks like. Let me put it down so you can see. So I got 1.5 batch, and I'm just gonna blend up the rest just now. So this is it. So that's the finished product. And these are the first batch that I made, and that's the second one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you all in the next one. Stay blessed, guys.
First, I know this is really love, cause baby, me feel the love. Me need more than a single. Is it too soon to say I love you? This girl I do. I know those words are few, but I'll show you, cause everybody needs somebody.